Hey everybody, just got a new setup. Hopefully the light will balance itself out. If you're having trouble, just brighten your screen. So, yeah, in my video entitled A Love Letter to Holy Kool-Aid, yeah, that happened, I brought up how I was questioning Christianity even before I became a Christian. Yes, I know, a Christian who dares to question the religion. We do exist, and actually it's how I got a lot of the answers to those questions. Like, how will you ever get the answers if you don't question? Either way, one of the questions that I brought up was something from the book of Exodus. It says, as most people know, that God hardened the Pharaoh's heart. But why would God do that if he wanted the Pharaoh to let the Israelites go? This is actually a question that I asked when I was way younger. I asked my mother this question, and she told me to go ask a pastor, because she didn't know. Well, Mother, it's been nearly a decade later, and I finally got the answer to that question, and this is Sunday Apologetics. Thank you for tuning in. So, yeah, what gives? If God wanted the Pharaoh to let the Israelites go, why did he harden the Pharaoh's heart? Another atheist in a different debate group raised this question and said the reason behind God doing it was, wait for it, he's devious and wanted to feed his ego. What's really interesting is that this atheist clearly doesn't know how or why God hardened the Pharaoh's heart, so just like most atheists I know, that's their green light to use their imagination to think of the worst case scenario to make God out to be the worst of creatures. Hashtag atheist logic. If you look in the description of this video, you'll actually find the link to a meme showing that many other atheists sadly think like this too. So yeah, the common atheist claim is that God is wrong because he hardened Pharaoh's heart even though he wanted Pharaoh to let the people go and seemed to want him to repent, thus entrapping him. They seem to be implying he did it through some kind of magic, or possessed him perhaps. Even South Park made an episode dedicated to mocking this. However, listen to what these people are claiming. Two parts to this claim. One, the way God hardened Pharaoh's heart interferes with his free will. Number two, he did it because he's stupid or evil. It depends a great deal on what you choose to think. But is this true? Let's look at what the verse actually says. Book of Exodus, chapter 7, verse 3. Quote, "But I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and though I may multiply my signs and wonders in Egypt." So already we see a massive blow dealt to most of the atheist claim. God didn't harden Pharaoh's heart to, quote, feed his ego, or to entrap him. He did it because he wanted to set the stage for Egypt to see his wonders and his works. I believe these wonders and works are the ones that were done by Moses through God. But wait, I hear the atheist saying, God still interfered on the Pharaoh's free will, therefore it's wrong for God to punish him, or blame him, or paint him as a bad guy for anything that he did in that story. But did he really? Throughout the entire Bible, no one ever really has the free will infringed upon. That's like one of the biggest things, isn't it? It's, unless this Pharaoh guy is the one throughout the entire Bible who actually had his free will infringed upon. But let's think about this just a little bit more. The Bible has a very poetic way of speaking. For example, it uses things like softening someone's ear, or tickling someone's ear to express making someone happy or making someone more sympathetic. So what exactly does it mean? hardening the Pharaoh's heart? Well, basically making him angry, frustrated. Do you think God used magic or possessed him to make the Pharaoh frustrated? Well, it can certainly be done without infringing on free will, without magic. For example, I frustrate atheists every day. I don't think of myself as a magical guy, but it doesn't take magic. Most likely, I believe the way he did this was through Moses, commanding Moses to stand up for the Israelites, hence making the Pharaoh angry. Setting the stage to let Moses show off God's wonderful miracles to the Pharaoh and the people of Egypt. So yeah, there you have it. God may have hardened the Pharaoh's heart, but it was only through him having Moses do good and just things. And he just took advantage of that situation and was willing to make it so that Moses could go in there and show off God's magical powers. This isn't an infringement on free will, because at any point in time, Pharaoh could have chose to not get angry. Pharaoh could have chose to repent, but instead, he didn't. Having said that, like, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff, and let me know how you like the video. I got a whole new setup with whole new lighting. Want to do most of these videos standing, but whatever you do, make sure you're back here next week for Sunday Apologetics. It's going to be a very good Christmas special. Well, this is embarrassing. I actually left out a huge chunk of the argument. But, it says right after Moses performs the first miracle, he throws the staff down and it becomes a snake. After that, God comments on how the Pharaoh's heart is unyielding. And you think to yourself, something just isn't making sense here. Were we just missing something? He keeps telling he told Moses, hey, I'm going to harden the Pharaoh's heart. And now I want you to go talk to him. And, he's unyielding. You think to yourself, well, no crap, you said you were going to harden his heart. The only way that I can think of to make this work is that God hardened the Pharaoh's heart through the things he had Moses do. Remember, Moses and the Pharaoh weren't exactly strangers. Moses was advocating for the Israelites for a very long time. God did that, and through that hardened his heart, thus setting the stage for Moses to appear before Pharaoh and his magicians and work his miracles. The fact that God is complaining or commenting on Pharaoh's heart being unyielding, as if the circumstances have changed somehow, seem to be implying that as the verse said, now that God has sown his works and had Moses work miracles, this is Pharaoh's chance to repent. It's God's not making him or entrapping him in any way. That's just a quick thing I had to add in there. I can't believe I forgot that. But either way, yeah, see y'all next week.